I'll never forget the time when I had to make my first child abuse hotline phone call. There was a girl in our church who was being beaten by her father with a cane because she didn't make straight A's. When I made that phone call, the sign outside my office window started to get blurry because the tears just started flooding down my eyes. I just didn't know what we would do as the church to help this girl. I felt like I was taking this precious girl and handing her off to the government. When I started to think about this girl and all of the children really in the foster care system in the US, it was just this huge question mark that was in my heart and my head. I read that there were 400,000 children in US foster care. It was like an immovable mountain. It was as if it was unsolvable. And then when I studied and prayed and asked questions, I started to realize there's 350,000 churches. This is problem solvable. If every church got one family to help one child, we could all but empty out the foster care system in the US. It's our team's passion to guide church leaders in this intimidating process of church working with state, of the church working with child welfare, of where do we even start? It needs to be a volunteer-led ministry. The pastor has so much stuff he's doing anyway, and to make sure it's sustainable, that it outlives the current leadership at that church. Psalm 68, 5 and 6 tells us that God is a father to the fatherless, He's a defender of widows, and He puts the lonely in families. But in order to do that, our team needs to be ready to train church leaders to develop a foster care, adoption, and a support ministry right inside their own church. Really, the church was, is, and will always be the solution to the world's greatest problems. And one of the greatest problems with 140 million orphans in the world is the orphan crisis. The conversation isn't that some churches do it all. It's that all churches do something. Every church has hurting children in their own backyard. They just need someone to guide them through it. We at Backyard Orphans believe that if all 350,000 churches do something, that we could take care of the 400,000 children in U.S. foster care, and we could see a day where there are more families waiting for children than children waiting for families.